Hi there and welcome to Hyundai Power Products. My name's Adrian and today we've got a brand new product for you. So it's a Hyundai petrol inverter generator and the model, the HY3250SEi. Brand new to the market. We're going to take it out of the box, lay the contents on the table so you can see exactly what you get. Okay, so first of all we have the machine itself, which we've put on the table so you can see it. Secondly, the machine does come with a basic toolkit. So you have a spark plug spanner, a spanner and a Phillips screwdriver and a little tool holder to put them in. Again, it does come with its own funnel, which is very useful for filling the oil because it can be a little bit awkward without this. So don't lose your oil filling funnel. And finally, but not least, we have the user manual. Now we do recommend that you read the user manual thoroughly before use. So it's very simple to get this going. It is sent to you with no oil in the engine for obvious reasons of shipping and obviously no petrol either. So I'll show you how to top up the oil and how to put the petrol in. Now there are 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. I'll spare you me undoing 3 screws, but we need to undo the 3 screws and remove this cover. We're looking to fill the oil to very nearly the weir point of the hole. So using the funnel provided, which simply slips in there and that makes it a lot easier to put oil in, we can gently but slowly pour in our engine oil into the bottom of the engine and we'll check it periodically, and we're looking for the oil level to be around the weir point of the hole here, so just at the top of these threads. Ideally at a sort of point where if you were to put any more in, you would see it start to weep back out over the lip. So once you're done, replace the dipstick, make sure it's attached firmly, and we're ready to go. So door back in place, and we mustn't forget to make sure the 3 screws are tight because we don't want to lose these screws. So with that said, we can look at putting fuel in the machine. When you do put fuel in, make sure you do it outside in a well-ventilated area, obviously with the generator stopped and away from any sources of ignition, that sort of thing. If you have been using the generator and you come to refuel, always let the generator cool down before refueling it. You may spill fuel, it may get to the exhaust area, and again, that could be a source of ignition. So very careful when refueling. Again, when you do fill it up, not right to the brim, leave about 25 millimeters below the surface. Once you've refueled it, we'll put the lid back on. If you do spill some fuel, let it all evaporate, let it completely dissipate, wipe it up if you need to, but make sure it's completely dry before you attempt to start the generator. Controls wise, we do have a comprehensive control panel here. We have a start, run and off switch. Obviously, off would be to turn it off when you're finished. Run would be its normal run position, and if you push the button up, the electric start will start the machine. In conjunction with that, we do need to turn the fuel tap on. So this is the fuel tap and choke in one. Typically, during storage, you'd have it turned off. When the engine's running, you'd have it in start. If you need to restart it and it's only just stopped, you would be again in the green, run and restart. When it's cold and you need to start it from cold, over to this way into the choke position. We go back to the button on the front, push the electric start. Once it's started, almost immediately turn it to the run or restart position. Should your battery be flat and you're starting it cold, again, switch on the front into run position, choke into the cold start position, and simply start it on the recoil, and this over a period of time running will charge the battery up, so there's plenty of battery there for next time when you want to use the electric start. Okay, whenever it's running, back into green. So stopping procedure, let's say the machine's running, simply push the red button down to the off position, and then again turn the tap, fuel tap, to the off position, and this prevents any flooding of the carburetor while you're transporting it around. So we have the display panel here. I can't start it up, we're in the studio here, but display panel here, and you can scroll through to show the amount of load you've got on it in amps, the kilowatts, the engine RPM, by simply just pushing this button, and it will scroll through its functions. If you find you're using very little current, there is an eco mode. So what that does is slows the engine down slow so that it's more economical on fuel when you're just charging a mobile phone or doing something with a very light current where it doesn't need to rev the engine. If you need to apply a higher load, something let's say above 1 kilowatt in one hit, we'd turn the eco off first. Should you overload the machine, you'll see a red light flashing on the overload, and that will start to flash, and you know you've applied too much load. If you really overload it, it will trip out. If it does trip out, lower the amount of load, the amount of appliances you've got on the machine, and you can push the reset button. That will bring it back, it will go through its sequence, and then you can apply the load again. So further to that, it does come with 2 standard UK 13 amp sockets for output. Very important, when you start the machine, no load applied. Start the machine, get the engine running, either plug in or switch on your appliance once it's gone to the green output light here. And again, we've got 2 sockets for your convenience. Second to that, it does have an outlet socket here, 12 volt DC. So if you've got a phone charger, something like that you use in the car, you could plug it in there. It gives you the DC output, and you could charge small appliances that need DC. Or alternative, you could charge an external battery with a cigarette lighter type socket and a set of crocodile clips. You could charge an external battery with it as well. As with all petrol powered or engine powered equipment, it must be used outdoors in a well ventilated area, never used indoors. Obviously there's a danger of carbon monoxide poisoning. Careful with the refueling, as I stated earlier, and do check your oil regularly. If your oil does run low, you will see a low oil flash on the control panel of the machine, but always better to make sure that that oil's topped up. We don't want to get to that position where the low oil light flashes. If it is low on engine oil, the engine will not start. So just bear that in mind. If it won't start for any reason, it could be that the oil needs topping up. Or again, another thing that can go wrong, if you leave it for long periods of time with fuel in it, modern fuels, E10 fuels, that sort of thing, can go off very quickly, go stale very quickly. If you're going to store your generator, let it completely run out of fuel. That's probably the best way to do it. And then we know we've got no stale fuel in it for the next time you come to use it. Other than that, I do hope you found this demonstration useful. For more information on this or any of our other products, visit www.hyundaipowerproducts.co.uk. I've been Adrian. Thanks for watching.